I'm really sorry that we can't be here to see your opening night. It's not an ideal situation. Your mom and I, we're really sorry. You understand, we have to go to LA to see Aunt Tracy.
No, it's completely fine. I understand.
Good. So how do you feel about staying at Rochelle's house?
I don't really have any strong feelings about it. I mean, I like her as a director, and her sister seems cool, but I don't really know either of them.
Well, they were very generous to put you up. I don't know what we would do with you otherwise.
Yeah, it's really generous.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you still a little mad at us?
I'm not really mad at you guys. It's more that I'm just mad at the situation.
Yeah, it's been really hard. It's been a really hard process for you, and your mom and I are really sorry about that. You make the best decisions that you can with the information that you have. It's like that Romeo and Juliet paper that you wrote, that you were telling us about, the duality of people. You make the best decisions you can with the information that you have and that you think will yield the best results, but you don't have all of the information, so, you might not make the best decision. When we chose between keeping you in the show and having you do the producers, we did the best with the information that we had at that point. Looking back, we might have made a different decision. I can definitely say that I thought that you were going to have a great time with this show. Rehearsals can be hard at the beginning, but once the show gets going, it can be a blast. You've definitely had that before.
Yeah, definitely. I wish you would have thought about this back in February.
Yeah, I know. But you're in the home stretch, right? You're almost done with the show. And it's just, you know how you've been able to come home and tell us about how angry you are at rehearsals?
Yeah.
It's just, we don't want you to do that at their house. We don't want you bringing that into their house.
Yeah.
It's like at rehearsals. I told you to make the best of each scene and to just think about the show and focus on that, and nothing else matters. Maybe you could have that mentality going into this situation. I don't want you to make Rochelle feel bad. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah.
Look, you can call us anytime, and you can tell us about how bad rehearsals are, or how you feel that you're being underused, and we will listen to you. It's just, that's not the sort of thing that you would want to bring to somebody who you hardly even know.
Yeah.
You've just been really helpful. You're just the type of person who's really helpful.
What?
Just with things around the house and with coming and talking to us about things. You seem to have a talent for that. It's something that I've been thinking for a while, but I don't think I've ever actually said it.
I guess that's why I want to be a therapist.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that you'd be good at that. Would you mind just taking your hoodie off?
Yeah.
Hey guys, come on in.
Hi. Actually, his mom and I have to catch a flight, so we don't have time.
That's alright, I won't hold you up too much then.
Alright, I really do appreciate you watching him.
It's no problem, don't worry about it.
Alright, thanks a lot. Alright, see ya, bud. Bye, Dad.
So how are you?
I'm, good. Good. How about you?
I'm tired like always, but I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I'll show you around.
Thanks again for,
No, don't even mention it. It'll be nice to have someone else in the house.
Yeah.
Alright, after you. Sorry, my brother hasn't cleaned here in God knows how long.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, The Outsiders. It's really outdated, but it still got to me.
You sound just like my brother.
Is he gonna be here at all?
No, me and my other sister worked it out that I get Hilky for 1 week and she gets Simon, and then we trade off. They used to fight a lot, and it just got really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
It works better this way. It's nice to have someone here when I get home from work or rehearsal.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, I'll see you at 5:30 for rehearsal.
Yeah, I'll be ready by then.
See you then.
Hey, Rachelle said you'd be here.
Hey, yeah.
So, do you have Mr. Barry for English?
No, I have Mrs. Urbanski, but they basically give out the same assignments.
Okay. Do you have any idea how to do this assignment? Because I don't know if Mrs. Urbanski was like this, but Mr. Barry basically told us nothing about what we're supposed to do.
So, yeah, Urbanski was pretty weird about it too. I just kind of wrote about how, like, the suitors invading the house brought Telemachus and his mom together. Just like a paragraph or two.
I should really read the book. Okay, thanks.
Oh, by the way, if you ever need to, like, copy Homer from somebody or anything, I'm totally open. Just, don't copy it word for word.
Thanks.
Oh, hey, Jonathan, I got a pizza. Is that okay with you?
I don't really like pizza, but it's alright. I can still eat it.
I'm sorry. Next time I'll ask. Here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, God damn it. You gotta go, you guys.
No, I actually haven't eaten all day. It's literally all fucking day, Rachelle. I haven't had a single goddamn thing to eat. And all day. And now you just want to smooth it over by getting pizza.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought a 15-year-old woman could make her own damn food.
What, Rachelle? There's literally jack shit in here. And I can't make anything with any of it anyways.
Please, can we just not fight for one evening? We have a house guest. Please, can we just not...
Don't touch me! I'm getting food before my stomach fucking explodes.
Well, we have to get going because we're already running late because you wouldn't leave the room when I asked you to.
Jesus, Rachelle! Rehearsal starts in 15 minutes and we live 5 minutes away.
Don't fucking yell at me! Look, the world does not revolve around you. There's stuff I need to do when I get there early.
Jesus. Fine!
Sorry you had to see that.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not fine. I would have never invited you over if I thought she would act out like that. I just thought that if we had a house guest, she would act calm and okay, I guess. But I guess it's just too much to ask for to not scream at me for one evening, to not call me names and... I gotta pull over.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine. You have your aunt and school and the show and soccer. This is the last thing you should be worrying about.
Please don't see it like that. I'm in a bit of shock. I didn't realize you and your sister had this kind of relationship.
Yeah, it's been like this for a while. Look, it's fine. We have to go.
Well, I don't want you to have to go to rehearsal like this. Have you ever told anyone about this?
No, I can't. It's just... Look, this isn't something you should worry about or even care about, okay? We have to get to rehearsal. There's stuff we gotta do, and...
I want to hear it. I know it's none of my business, and you don't have to share, obviously, but I want to help.
Okay. I don't even know where to really start with this. You know, Hilke and I used to be the best of friends. I never liked anyone else in my family, especially my mom, except for Hilke. I was supposed to be a twin, but I don't know, something just went wrong very early and they died in the womb. Hilke and I were so close that my parents used to say she was the twin that came along 10 years later. When I was 16 and she was 6, we would go to the park together and we would just, mess around and stuff like that, and then we'd watch movies together. It was the best I've ever been. Then when I was 19, about to go off to college, I moved out of the house. My dad got shot in the line of duty. He was a police officer, and some dumb fucking partners of his missed the shot and it ricocheted straight into his head. My mom tried to stay strong through it, but she was already fucked up enough, and that just made it even worse. 2 weeks later, she slit her wrist open. The kids were alone when it happened, so the worst part was they had to wake up and find their mother lying dead in a pool of blood. Katie and I rushed home and went to take care of them while everything was sorted out. After that, everything just went to complete shit. Katie and I inherited both the kids, and we were forced to basically become their parents, and I just wasn't ready to be a parent. I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to do. I think I fucked her up because of that. Even though Hilke was only 8 then, she took it worse than anyone. She began to have really bad nightmares and was developing panic attacks, and every night I tried to comfort her, but eventually it got to be too much. She would be screaming and crying in the other room, and I just stayed where I was. I also started to become distressed, and I got full of anger for not being able to go live the life I wanted to live, and I took it out on Hilke. Just because she was putting so much on me. I also took it out on Simon, so now both of them hate me, and I regret that so much. Simon got pretty affected too, my younger brother, and since his attacks were less frequent and less crazy, I would go to comfort him, and Hilke got really upset about it. Started resenting him out of jealousy, I guess. And she got in fights, and we had to split them up, and now nothing's the same. The thing is, she just doesn't love me anymore, and it's all my fault. She doesn't care about me. She just hates me with everything in her, and when I look in her eyes, I can see the hate, and sorry,
I think you're being too hard on yourself.
I've ruined the connection I have with my family, and you say I'm being too hard on myself?
Because Hilke, she's an AP student, and she has a real passion for music, and she's got friends, and her grades are good and everything. It's just, it's like she hasn't given up yet. Like so many kids with mental illness and anxiety like her. And she's happy outside of her home life. I mean, you had to raise someone before she really developed. And you raise someone who doesn't judge or hate, and she's kind, and you haven't really failed her, I guess.
But she hates me. I mean, I love that she's passionate and strong and all that shit, but nothing can help the fact that she absolutely fucking despises me. She doesn't. There's no way to convince me she doesn't, because every day it just gets harder and harder.
I don't think she hates you. She's She's full of angst and she's youthful, and she thinks she knows everything, and she can't fully understand who you are and why you are who you are. She doesn't know you.
I'm her sister. Why the hell do you think she doesn't know me?
Because when's the last time you guys had a conversation about your problems and you didn't yell at each other? Does she know how hard it was to raise 2 kids as a 19-year-old with no one to fall back on? I know you think she doesn't love you, but she has to. You're her sister, and frankly, you're her mom. You have to know she's old enough to accept truths that may or may not be all that happy.
Thank you. I never really got to talk about this with anybody, and I was nervous about if I knew the house since I was scared she would lash out. And thank you.
Goddamn impossible. Why can't you focus on your shit for more than 3 minutes before you have to look at your phone or find some other shit to do?
I have real legitimate anxiety problems, Rachelle, and screaming at me doesn't help anything.
I'm just so tired of you doing nothing and possibly ruining your grades. I'm so stressed out over this.
You're stressed? Do you even know what it's like to be me?
There's just nothing that can be done.
I'm sorry. You changed your hair.
Yeah.
No, it looks good.
Thanks. Hey, so even though rehearsal's canceled, Rachelle said she has to go to some meeting with the producers or something, and she wants me to get the money out of her room and go get food from a little strip mall near here, and she wants you to go with. So, do you want to come?
Yeah. Sure, just give me a sec.
Alright, bring your homework and everything, because I don't know when we'll be back.
Oh, okay.
You have Mrs. Urbanski for English, right?
Yeah, she's pretty terrible, honestly.
Yeah, I've heard. Plus, she's like pregnant and everything, so her hormones are through the roof.
Yeah, she's like super nice 1 minute, and then next thing you know, she's a mega bitch. It's pretty funny, honestly.
Yeah, one time I went into her room and she was talking to this one kid, and she was super nice and super chill, and then she started talking to the other kid and she just started screaming.
Yeah, that's her. You have Mr. Barry, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, he is so nice.
He seems so chill.
He is. One time we had this huge ass essay.
The one about Romeo and Juliet, right?
Yeah. So, me being me, I procrastinated until like 11:30, and so the essay was due in 30 minutes, so I just typed bullshit all over the page. Even I thought I was gonna make an F, but I got into class and ended up with a 93.
God, I wish Mrs. Urbanski were like that. She's so strict on her grading. That's my lowest percent is in her class.
Really? What percent is it?
94.
God damn, that's higher than my highest.
Even in choir?
Yeah, I've got pretty bad behavior in that class, so he always marks me down for that. But it's not that bad. I don't have horrible grades. All A's and 1 B.
What's your B in?
Biology.
Oh yeah, that's some hard shit. Plus, Mr. Curtis isn't great at teaching.
No, his lectures suck.
Yeah.
You don't procrastinate, do you?
No.
I can tell.
How?
It's just with your schedule. It's school and soccer and shows. You must not have time for anything.
Yeah, it's a pretty hell-like schedule.
I kind of envy that.
Why?
It's just, I procrastinate so much that I don't have time or ability to do anything, and it's horrible. I spend hours just staring at the page, reading the same 2 words over and over again, trying to focus on just that, but it just doesn't work. It's like your mind is melting.
Is that, like, stress-related, or...?
Yeah, I've had some pretty bad anxiety since, like, 9 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
But have you ever tried, like, therapy or medicine or anything?
Yeah, I'm on a lot of meds and some other stuff. Therapy fucking sucks. I hate that shit.
Nah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. So, do you want to get something to eat? We're near enough to downtown. We can get pretty much anything, really.
No, let's just look around. Is there anything you want?
Actually, I have this really weird medical condition called agusia, where everything tastes the same. So I just kind of eat what's put in front of me.
Oh, that sucks. I don't think I could live without taste.
Well, it does have its benefits. I mean, broccoli and candy taste virtually the same, so I eat relatively healthy. I just sometimes wish I had it to comfort me during panic attacks and shit.
Yeah. Do you know how you lost it?
Yeah, actually, I went in for surgery as a kid because I had something wrong with my esophagus, and I woke up and there was this really strong taste of metal in my mouth. And then it went away after 2 weeks, and I tried drinking chocolate milk and it tasted like water. So I had some tests done, and apparently I just completely lost my sense of taste.
Oh. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Can you still, like, feel textures and stuff?
Yeah, I can feel textures and spices, because you more feel that than taste it, but other than that, everything tastes the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you said this place was near your house.
Shut up. So, where do you want to eat?
Subway?
Sure. But I've heard it's pretty shit from a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. But, like, my dad and I, we used to walk here when I was, like, 5. And, we'd always get a cold cut combo. And then we'd all walk over to Mary Lake. And then we'd just sit and talk and watch the lake. It was when I was in preschool. And he'd take me out during his lunch break. And then drop me off at this daycare center. So, I mean, I guess I like it for sentimental reasons. You like looking at the stars?
Yeah, I always have. Whenever I was home and Rachelle would be screaming at me and I just didn't want to be there, I would just go outside and gaze at the stars. I could do that for hours, and after a while it got to the point where I could ignore everything else, and my body would feel like it was elevating and I'd actually feel like I was in the stars. It was really spiritual. Sorry, is that weird?
No, not at all. I never really took the time to look at the stars, just because I didn't really have the time. Maybe I should do it more.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a therapist.
I can see that. You'd be good at it.
Oh, thanks. I try to take this approach where I don't try to empathize too much or sympathize too much. I just listen to their problems and try to find the root of their problems from that. I know it sounds kind of cold, but it really works. I feel like I want to help people. It feels like it's what I'm meant to do.
Yeah. Well, help can't always cure everything.
What do you mean?
It's just, I feel like people can't always get the significant help that they need from other people. Because at the end of the day, people are who they are. And there's nothing that can change that except themselves. That's why therapy never really worked for me. I have to go through my own shit to get through my own shit.
Well, I mean, that's just for some people. Most of the time, therapy works.
Yeah, I guess. It's kind of loud here. Do you want to go someplace else?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is way better.
Okay.
You can do your homework if you really want to.
Was there any math homework? Mr. Brucker wasn't really clear.
I don't think so. Just wait a minute.
You seem cold. Do you need my jacket?
Sure. Thanks.
When you're talking about Rachelle, why do you always refer to her as Rachelle and not your sister?
Sister is a term for someone you love.
Do you not love her?
Well, I mean, of course I do. It's just, it can be really, really hard sometimes. She's really fucked up my childhood, and now I've got all this anxiety and depression, and she said some really damaging, hurtful things, and I know I've said some bad stuff too, but she shouldn't act the way she does. And I know she's got BPD, so it can be hard for her to control her emotions, but
BPD?
borderline personality disorder. It's what caused kind of all the fighting and the yelling.
When did it start?
What specifically? The fighting? Well, that started when I was pretty young. Even though when I was like 6, Rachelle and I were best friends. But I would still find weird things to be upset over. I would get mad at her over dumb shit, like her not going to the park with me. Stuff like that. She just assumed it was behavioral issues and that I'd grow out of it, but I never really did. I'm sorry. Are you sure you want to hear this? I'm about to open up a big can of worms that I've never really talked to anyone about, ever. And I don't want to burden you with it.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how you and Rachelle became became like this.
Alright. It got really bad after Mom and Dad died. Rachelle was just so full of anger and rage, and she'd always take it out on me. And she'd yell at me when I was panicking because I was making her feel worse. And it got to the point where I felt like she didn't love me anymore.
Why?
Why what?
Why do you think she loves him more?
Because she'd only ever yell at me and take everything out on me. When I would be crying and screaming, she'd never be there to comfort me. My other sister wasn't very good at that stuff either, but at least she didn't yell at me. She never took anything out on him. It was always just me. Why'd you ask that?
Because she had mentioned how she thought that was the reason you guys fight. And I know that you believe that she does, but I can tell that she still loves you, and that she cares about you, and that she doesn't really have a preference. And she also said that she yells at both you and Simon equally.
I don't know. After so many years of feeling neglected, it's kind of impossible to believe.
I'm sorry.
No, fuck that. Sorry. It's just, I've heard that so many times. And if I'm gonna tell you all of this and really lay it out there, I need you to not say shit like that. I've heard that so many times. From my friends, from my therapist, and especially from Rachelle. I'm so tired of hearing it. Sorry if that sounds bitchy. I just had to say it.
Okay.
Oh, and don't believe her when she says that she yelled at Simon too. She makes shit like that up. All the time. She's a fucking liar. Anyways, where was I?
You were talking about your parents.
Oh, right. The whole thing, it just really split me and Rachelle up. She was so clingy to me, and at the same time, I felt like she really hated me. I was 8 years old at the time, and about a year later is when I had the surgery and lost my sense of taste. And, you know, when you're that age, you feel like you're so mature, and you have everything figured out. And just losing my sense of taste just sucked. And that's about the time when I started to develop anxiety. Like, really, really bad anxiety. it got so bad that I would actually start to pass out from hyperventilating. And they'd come on at random moments, like at school, which is when I started to develop that fear of homework. And I had to see a counselor and get meds and a psychiatrist, and then about that time my brother got this huge mass in his lungs, which was another burden because I felt like he was getting even more attention. And it was just a huge clusterfuck. And then when the dust settled on that, family just wasn't the same. Do you mind if I smoke weed?
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you want.
Okay, you can eat, if you want. Dude, relax. You're not gonna get permanently fucked up just from breathing it in. Trust me, I used to worry about getting addicted and all that shit. But after a while, I just accepted that it's really the only thing that calms me down.
How are you gonna cover up the smell?
I'll just put on some perfume or something before Rachelle gets home.
How long have you smoked weed for?
I don't know. It's been a couple of years. I think I first started smoking when I ran away from home.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I ran away from home in the 7th grade. Rachelle and I had had a big fight and she hit me. Well, I was not there for that shit. So, in the middle of the night, I stole $100 from her wallet and took off. Figured I'd go to Sacramento or something. Ended up staying the night in Chico and then running home. She was so scared, probably because when she ran away, she got raped and hooked on drugs. It's almost definitely when she developed her BPD.
She ran away too?
She didn't tell you? No, guess not. She ran away from home when she was 17. She got raped and hooked on some opioid drug. She overdosed on it about a week after she got back. She had just had a big fight with our mom, and our mom also suffered from mental illness, and I guess that's where Rachelle learned all of her parenting shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was horrible.
She hit you?
Yeah, she did. And it really fucking hurt, too.
Did she ever hit you again?
No. But I told her that if she ever did, I'd leave for good.
Where would you get the money for that?
Well, I have a credit card now, so I suppose I could extract as much of that as possible and then see where I can get from there.
But where do you live?
Well, I'd probably head to Sacramento. And since I'm turning 16 in October, I could get a job and then see if any landlord would rent to me. I mean, usually you have to be 18, but some of them will just take your money and look the other way.
It's a shitty plan.
You got anything better?
No, I'm sorry. It's just, you could be homeless for a while, and that'd be horrible.
It's better than living in this shit-ass town with shit-ass sisters for parents. I'd do literally anything to get out of here.
But why Sacramento?
Because it's the biggest city near here. I want to live in some place with culture and things to do. Literally anywhere's better than bumfuck nowhere.
But why Sacramento?
Because I could get a job there, and then I could go to LA.
Why LA?
Because it's the best place for music producers.
You want to produce music?
Yeah, I do. There's really only two good things that have come out of this whole situation. One, I've gotten a hell of a lot better at acting, because I'd also like to be a stage actor someday. And two, I've had a lot of time in my room to work on writing music, and I think I've actually gotten pretty good at it. That's really the only reason I'm not suicidal. God, I know this is gonna sound pretentious, but it's like the only thing that gives me purpose. It makes me feel things. I just can't stop looking at the stars tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm real sorry to have burdened you with all of this.
It's...
I know you didn't even want to do the producers. at school, and he didn't really want to do the Lion King either. But if we hadn't, then Rachelle wouldn't have opened up the house and everything. You shouldn't have had to see all this, but after years of fighting with her, I can't really turn it off for a couple of days.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. Thanks for listening to me. I've never really been able to open up to anyone about this before.
Yeah, no problem.
Hilky, why didn't you answer your phone?
It died.
No, that is not a good enough excuse. You could have used Jonathan's. For all I known, you could have gotten kidnapped.
Oh, so now you decide to be all concerned about where I am? Stop acting like you give a shit about where I am. You're putting on a show for Jonathan.
I always give a shit about where you are. Don't act like I don't care about you. You owe me more respect than that.
I owe you jack shit, Rachelle. You've treated me fucking terribly my entire life. You give me a place to sleep and food if I'm lucky.
No, get back here. We're not done talking about
Let go of me.
Oh, Peter, I'm just going by your time. Is this? Oh my God, is that me?
I'm going to my room.
No, get back here. We're not done talking about.
Let go of me. Let me go. Let go of me, you stupid bitch.
Hilky,
You know what I
stop.
fucking said.
Hilky, stop! Hilky! Oh God, Jonathan, can you go after her?
I will. I'm going to fix this. I promise. No, Hilky, please don't go. I'm begging you.
Why not? Just let me leave.
Because, Rachelle, she's just like you. She ran away too and it fucked her up. Can't you see?
I'm already fucked up. It's too late. Just let me leave.
You're gonna be just like her. If you don't turn around right now and go back in there and fix this, nothing's gonna be better.
I will never be like her. I will never ever be like my sister. And fuck you for saying that. I'm leaving right now and there's not a single goddamn thing you can do about it.
Please. I'm sorry. I tried.